Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show where we talk about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy, and today we're going to do a bit of predicting again. We're going to do predictions for the last 4 fighters in the DLC for Smash, and this is the third-party edition. So my reasoning behind all this is, if the rest of the DLC, we only know about Joker, we've only had Joker. If the rest of the DLC is all third party, here are my thoughts on it. Here's who I think would probably get in. And then I will be doing another video on first party stuff if a first party character appears. So without further ado, let's go down this list. What I have done is I've written down certain companies and certain franchises within these companies that I think have a chance of having a character from that game get in. And then at the end, I will give you the characters I think are the most likely, or most likely, most interesting. Now, what I have done is, the more I've thought about this, is I've not looked at any series that isn't on a Nintendo console, I've basically eliminated. So originally for Microsoft, who we'll get to later, I did have Master Chief down, or Halo. But honestly, they've never broken that rule of having, if there's a character like Master Chief, there would need to be a Halo game on a Nintendo console. They have yet to break this rule, because even with Joker, there is a Persona game on the 3DS with Joker in it. So, unless they want to break their own rule, I've taken him out for now, so we'll see. But let's start at the top. I've got Capcom here at the top, and what I've put here is we've got Resident Evil, we've got Monster Hunter, I've put Ghouls and Ghosts, and then Devil May Cry. I think these are the 4 franchises that are most likely going to have, if Capcom are going to get another rep in, it'll be from there. We've already got Mega Man, and we've already got 2 characters from Street Fighter. Now, while I'm okay with other characters from those games, I think they might want to expand and be like, no, we want a brand new series. So Resident Evil, blown up quite a lot recently. You've just got the remakes, the different versions on Switch as well. So I think you've got a choice of characters there. You can have Chris Redfield, you could have Jill Valentine, you could have Leon Kennedy. I think they're the ones that would most likely make it in. We've also got Claire Redfield as well. But I think a character from there makes a lot of sense. They'd have guns, they'd have grenades, they'd have stuff. They'd kind of be a combination of Snake and Snake basically, I suppose, because they have like the guns and the explosives, but like their own moves. They've got gun now, the gun shot from Joker as well. So they could have that, but I think a lot of their smash attacks would use the weapons. Like if you had up smash might be like firing at the machine gun upwards, or like side smash might be the shotgun, stuff like that. Basically, like you could do some really fun things with them, and then their final smash would be, if it was Leon, it'd be like the kick that he does in Resident Evil 4, just kicks everyone over. But Chris and Jill have both appeared in Marvel vs. Capcom, so they've got some pretty cool movesets and that, so there's potentially some sort of kind of thing they could do with them. But Resident Evil, something different, would be cool. You could have the mansion as a playable level, you have zombies coming in and stuff. I mean, you'd obviously have to tone it down a little bit, you can't make it too, those games are 18 rated, but yeah, it's a pretty cool franchise to pull from. I'm not the biggest fan of Resident Evil myself, but I like watching people play it. Monster Hunter, I think, is a huge thing, especially with the world coming out. I know that's not on a Nintendo console, but the only character you can really pick is the hunter. And if you make them a weapon user, at least you can make their smash attacks different types of weapons. The problem is with Monster Hunter is you will most likely be a sword fighter, which we don't need another sword fighter in the game. But you could do some fun things where like forward smashes, like the great sword, and then like their up smash could be like the switch axe or something, and then like their normal attacks could be punching and kicking and things like that. Like that would be really cool. And then like maybe their final smash would be them doing some like ginormous like leaping attack. I think that would be a really fun character if you made them have various different moves to compensate that their monster hunters can use different weapons and things like that. And that'd be kind of fun. Ghouls and Ghosts, I think Arthur would be a really good classic character for Smash. I don't know how you would do a lot of his attacks, because I can't remember what all of his attacks are, but you could do something fun with him when you can knock his armor off, or maybe he has something like that where he takes a few hits, or he has more armor, then takes a few hits and he loses it. I think it would be really fun to see someone like Arthur, who's a very classic character, get put into Smash. I love classic old characters getting in Smash like that. Not necessarily saying that they should have priority, but Game & Watch, Rob, who else have we got that's like super classic? Obviously Mario, Pac-Man, Mega Man, like Sonic as well, like the really old guard. Like those are the kind of characters I love seeing put in there, and it'd be really fun. You could chuck the lance at people and stuff. But yeah, a character I think would be really fun. I got a feeling people would be a little bit annoyed. Maybe he's not quite, you know, the status that people would want for a DLC character. But honestly, like, cool. I think that'd be a really good surprise if they chucked him in there. And then Devil May Cry. I mean, Dante is a, you know, the newest one, 5 I think it is. Very popular game. People love Dante. They love those games. They are batshit crazy. But as a character, people love him. And I think there's a very good chance that something like that could happen. And with Devil May Cry coming to the Switch, people have been thinking maybe that's what's going to be happening. But I think absolutely would be a fun character. I mean, I don't want it to be too sword heavy. But, you know, it just could be one of those things where he has them as like his smash attacks, uses his guns mainly, or does other kind of like quick attacks and things. But, you know, a character that I think would definitely have a really interesting moveset, and I'd be down for seeing something like that. I've never really played Devil May Cry, but I have played Dante again in Marvel vs. Capcom, and it was a lot of fun. So, a character that I would definitely be down for. Okay, moving on. Namco. Namco are a company that don't seem to have much representation in Smash other than Pac-Man, which is great because I love Pac-Man, but I'm surprised. So I've written down Tekken, Soul Calibur, and Tales of series. Let's get Tales of out of the way because I've never played them. I only know about Lloyd Irving, which is a character that people have said they wanted in the game. He is a sword fighter, unfortunately, so it's like, I think he wields 2 blades, which is kind of cool, but I don't think they want to go too heavy on the sword fighters, hence why I put Tekken and Soul Calibur. Tekken, I think it would be like Heihachi, Jin, like, you know, there's quite a lot of characters you could take from there. And having another character that punches with a fist, brawler characters are always fun. I'm totally cool with that. I mean, I know taking fighting game characters and putting them into another fighting game isn't always the most interesting thing, but hey, I'm cool with it. I would prefer someone from Soul Calibur, but I don't know who they would take from Soul Calibur, and it would probably be a sword fighter. Because it would be like Nightmare, maybe. Could be Sophitia. Like it would, if it was going to be really interesting, you'd probably put Nightmare in there, even though he is a big sword wielder. Because Sophitia, as much as I like her, it's not interesting. Keelik is my favourite character, but there's no way they're putting a character with a weapon that long in there. Not with making them that sort of speed as well. So, but he's a character I'd love to see in there. But pretty much all the rest of them, Maxi, Yoshimitsu, like. Loads of them. There's loads of good characters in that game. But I would not be surprised to see something like that come over. I think you could do some fun stuff with a Soul Calibur character, and they had Link in Soul Calibur 2, so maybe it's time for a Soul Calibur character to come to Smash. That's really all I've got to say on Namco, because there's not a huge amount of franchises I can think of, but those are like maybe the biggest ones that they could pull someone from. Sega, I've got down Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, Alex Kidd, and Sonic. Now Sega obviously own a lot of different stuff. Out of all of them, Alex Kidd is probably the least likely. He's not really a character you see used anymore, apart from the odd spin-off game, but could be quite fun. Didn't have a game on Switch, I don't think. I mean, he's been in collections and stuff like that, but not really had a game. Same with most of these, actually. Streets of Rage for me would be flipping awesome. You could have a palette swap for both Blaze and I've forgotten the main guy's name. Have them as a character, have their moves. Okay, they're kind of like fighting game, but they could do some cool combos. They could have their throws. Do like their running uppercut thing, and with Streets of Rage 4 coming out, I think this year, like I am down for a new one of those and a new and having a character in there would be awesome. Having like the streets is kind of like, firstly, all the great music that's in those games, but also having a level that's on the streets would be pretty cool. Golden Axe, a game that I really don't like anymore, but Gilius or well, any of the characters, probably Gilius because he's a dwarf. That would be kind of cool. Axe character as well. Brand new weapon type. Down for that. So, yeah. Totally cool with that. Sonic. I think with Sonic, you've still got characters to pull from. I think the best character you can pull from Sonic right now would be Robotnik in his little, like, flying ship. Kind of similar to Bowser Jr. with, like, different attacks and stuff. And he's a heavy. I really want to see him in there. With the Sonic film coming out later this year, have him in there. I think that would be really cool. Like, I think that would be super hype to have Robotnik in. That's a character I would play the hell out of as well. And also add in more music. I mean, brand new Sonic stage? Yeah, sure, why not? Maybe less likely with Sonic, but we'll see. We'll see. Moving on then, Microsoft. I've literally put down Banjo and Minecraft. I really hope we don't get Minecraft Steve or Minecraft content in Smash. It's just like, oh, it's so underwhelming. I mean, some people would love it, but for me, it's like, I don't want that. Banjo, on the other hand, is not a character I particularly like, but I would completely understand. I think people would really like Banjo from there, and the stage, and music from Rare, and I think that could happen. And also, Banjo's been on, both of those games have been on Nintendo for a while now, so definitely potential for that, and it'd be interesting to see Microsoft team up with Nintendo to do something like that, so that would be huge. Moving on, we've got Square. Square, we've got Final Fantasy. Now, I don't know much about Final Fantasy. I know the games. I don't know about many of the other characters. They could potentially pull another character from there, but considering how awkward it was to get Cloud and some of the other stuff, probably less likely. Dragon Quest, one of the biggest rumoured characters from there at the moment is Erdrick. Another sword fighter. I'm not sure how well Dragon Quest would go down here in the West. It's huge in Japan. I don't know right now. There's a lot of rumours about it, so potentially it's true, but it's not a character I would really care for. And I wonder how they're going to play with this DLC and how they're going to sort of do it. Other RPG characters potentially from Square, so they got a lot. Chrono, I think would be interesting. World Ends With You, got Neku, you could do that. And last but not least, Gino. I don't see it happening at this point, but Square definitely have a good chance of getting another character in. I could see that, like. But then Square also own like Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, but that's not been on a Nintendo console for a very long time, but they could do it. And they also own Deus Ex. Now, I would be really okay with someone like Adam Jensen being in Smash. I don't think it's going to happen. But Square do own a lot of other publishers and things, so there's a good chance we could get someone very out of left field from them. And then lastly, I've just written down some other companies. We've got Bethesda. We've heard rumors about Doomguy. Like, that would be really cool. Platinum Games, potentially another character, maybe from Bayonetta, but I don't know. With Platinum, it's hard to say, but they could potentially get another character in. NetherRealm Studios is an interesting one. Mortal Kombat's been on Switch. Getting someone like Scorpion or Sub-Zero would be huge. That's a big get. And then lastly, I put down Grasshopper for Travis. So Travis Touchdown is a character I hugely want in the game. I really thought he was going to be. I really do got this inkling that he's going to be in it, but we'll see. So that is a list of companies that I think have the best chance, or have a good chance of getting somebody into Smash. If the entire Smash roster is third party, we don't know this. We've only had Joker, so we don't know who else is coming at this point. But if it is all third party, I picked 4 characters that I think have, in my opinion, have the characters I don't necessarily want to see, but I think have the highest chance of getting in. So I start with Sega. I think are going to get another character in. I think it will be Dr. Robotnik. I think that's a huge thing. That's a new heavy character, and that's a huge villain. That's a massive villain to get in there, and that would be, if they show that off at E3, it's like, bam, here you go, Robotnik, now in Smash, go and play him. Massive. So that would be the next character, I think. I think Dragon Quest, with the amount of rumours going around, is getting a character in. I'm not that fussed about it, but it would be huge for the Japanese market, so fair enough. I think Robotnik, probably more for the West. Dragon Quest, more for the East and Japan and things like that. Like, I think they would love it. After that, I mean, it's not really in any specific order, but this is what I've written in. And then I've put down Capcom again. I think Capcom will get Arthur in the game, or they're going to get a Resident Evil character in. I'm not sure which Resident Evil character, but I think Arthur would be very out of left field. Wouldn't maybe be a massive popular choice for a lot of people, but a stage based on Ghouls and Ghosts and being able to play as the character, and it's also a very classic sort of NES character. I am totally down for that. That would be really awesome. Or a Resident Evil stage and a Resident Evil character would be fun as well. And then lastly, I've just put down Tekken from Namco. I think Namco are going to get another character in, and I think it would be someone from Tekken. So, Heihachi, someone like that, someone kind of fun with slightly different mechanics to Ryu and Ken. Would be really cool. You could then have that kind of face-off between them in Smash. These characters, the reason I picked these as well is that only one of them is a sword fighter. I hope that Nintendo don't add too many. If this whole DLC is characters with weapons and swords and stuff, that's kind of like, ugh. But like Robotnik is kind of a goofy kind of character, would have stuff, different types of weapons coming out of his robot if he's in it. Dragon Quest character, so if it's Erdrick or somebody else, could hopefully be like a sword, but maybe magic-y, kind of like Robin, given their kind of like specials on that. Arthur would be kind of fun because he'd be like Simon. He would have like his lance, and I think he's got like a fire thing that he chucks and different kind of weapons like that. And then a Resident Evil character would have different types of guns and things you could use for the smash attacks. And then obviously someone like Heihachi or Jin or someone from Tekken would have you know, be a melee type character, and I think that'd be really cool. So I'm going to go with that. I'm expecting to be very wrong with these characters, but I think those are the characters have the biggest chance of getting in, and that's my thoughts. So that's kind of where I'm at with it at the moment. I'm hoping to see more of this at E3. But yeah, I'm going to do another video on first-party stuff, talking about Nintendo characters or franchises I think that could have a character in from there. If this Fighter Pass isn't just all third-party, because it'd be great if they did another Fighter Pass. One's all third-party, one's all first-party. That'd be cool. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching and listening. As always, if you like it, hit like. If you want to see more of this content, hit subscribe. And obviously, feel free to comment down below so we can have a chat about all this good stuff. Everyone likes trying to speculate about Smash characters. But until next video, I'll see you then.